All right, it's time to go live with the end of day PulseWave report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger of reports. So it's been a while, and I'm here. I've been very busy. And I am now trying to get back to the swing of things and all that good stuff. Been in the lab heavy, doing a lot of research, things like that. Had made some upgrades to the report. So here I am. We'll see if I'll be able to have time to step out the lab more often and do some more of these end of day reports as time will allow. All right, so let's just jump into it. First one we got is the gold futures. As you can see here, gold futures showing off a bit. It broke out, man. It took advantage. It got that momentum it needed, and it broke out. And here we are lifting off and taking away. Here's your rally alert back here, and here's all the upside production thereafter. So I must say I am a little impressed at what is going on here. So the next stop is going to be to test the old highs back up in here, these resistance zones, as the market is quickly moving back into the old consolidation zone of this bar right here from January the 10th of this year. All right, so very interesting. Now you'll be like, oh, this is amazing, but not really, because all you're doing is moving back into the old zone of consolidation. You can now make an argument and say that gold hasn't gone anywhere since January of this year. And you will be right. Here's January. Here's now. So right now, bulls got control. We'll see how much further they can bring it. Next up is your Bitcoin. So I was concerned about falling over the cliff. I know we were range bound for a minute. We stayed within, respecting the zone. Then all of a sudden, the market decided, you know what, it's time to disrespect that zone. Market fell below the trend line support, broke all supports, and now is testing the bottom of the Kumo cloud, trying to find support there. Question is, where are we going from here? Well, since the bears are in control of this market, here's your last crash alert sell signal, and here's all the downside production. We've now entered into the bear zone on this one. So the question now is, how far down do we go? Look out below. All right, until this thing turns around, looks like we have a lot more downside that could come, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the daily chart is suggesting a trend change from a bullish one to a bearish one. Ouch. I know. Not what you want to hear, but you got to go where the price action leads you. Now, you may say, but what about the weekly chart? We're still bullish. Yes, we are. Still bullish. But is the daily chart trying to warn us about something? Now, you gotta get down here below 35,000 to get to the trend line support on the weekly. One can make an argument that we could easily go here and then technically bounce, lock back in a bullish trend and off to the races. That is a possibility. We shall see. No, these gaps are not real. You can ignore these gaps. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But this is where we are. We got to trade what the market gives us, not what we think. All right, what about the infamous Doji coin? Well, here's what's going on there. So you got a short-term top in place. The rally alert gave you a little bit of upside production. Then we got this crash alert with no downside production yet. Trend line support would be the initial target if filled. Got to trade what the market gives you, folks. This one is chopping around. Next up, we got DOT. Excuse me. DOT is still in the bullish zone with a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. We did get some flip-flopping here as the market is consolidating within the longer zone of this bar here. from April the 18th. We're just trading in this zone. We're really not going anywhere. All right. So you got to take it for what it is. Next up, EOS. So EOS has a rally alert for tonight and tomorrow's trading. We're in the bullish zone. However, we do have a short-term top in place that the market's going to try to race back up to and take out. Can it get enough momentum behind it? And can it beat the bears? Because, you know, every rally, the bears like to come in here and try to smash it back down again. So let's see what happens. If we do have this rally alert, maybe we'll get some major production from it. Looking at Ethereum, you can see here where the last alert was this crash alert sell signal. You got this downside production when the bullish entry zone, suggesting that perhaps we have put in a short-term support, and now we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, and we'll see how far back up in here toward that 4,000 the Ethereum can go. Next up, we got the link. So looking at chain link here. All right, so you have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Looks like the downside production has ended. We'll see where we go from that one. Got a lot of alerts here tonight, folks. Hope you're paying attention. All right, next up, we got the Litecoin. We got a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support test looks to be cleared, and now the market's ready to rock and roll. The last time we did this and tested, we did get significant upside production. The time before that, likewise, significant upside production. The time before that, likewise, significant upside production, and so on and so forth. So this one is a really powerful signal for Litecoin. Next up, we got Theta. So Theta right now has the ticking time bomb. We're in the neutral zone, but we did come into today with a rally alert. We got no upside production as of yet, but there's still time. So we'll see if the bulls can really wrestle control away from the bears. Until we rally, the bears technically are still in control. So watch out for that rally alert, though. XRP Ripple. So on this one, we got a lot of flip-floppage going around. This one's consolidating as well. Here's your zone, which is on April the 18th, and the market's been pretty much respecting that. All right, so right now the bulls have wrestled control temporarily. We'll see if they can get back on the grind and start rallying again. You're in a bullish zone, so there's no reason why bulls should not be easily able to cause this thing to start trending again. So we'll have to wait and see what's in store on this one. All right, next up we got the E-mini NASDAQ 100. All right, so it's in a neutral zone. So here was the rally alert buy signal. You got a nice low upside production. Then we came into today with a crash alert, and we didn't get any downside production. But I do think that it's probably going to come in the overnight market, and it could cause this to fall outside of the Kumo cloud and then fall over the cliff. So I think the ticking time bomb right now is suggesting that the bears may be in control, and we could be in the midst of putting in a new leg down, which could be quite significant. All right. Crude oil. So on your crude oil futures, you're in a bullish entry zone, but you've been moving sideways and not really trending. Here is the bullish pointer way back yonder. We had a rally alert coming into the last 2 days. Excuse me. Got a little bit upside production. Then we have a crash alert now. And this one's going to be for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The trend line support down here around that $62 mark is going to be the initial target on this one. But we are coming into the summer driver season, so we'll see what happens with this one. Typically, you know, prices will go up as demand goes up. So we'll see what happens. Next up, we got the silver futures. Silver futures has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. All right, so the bulls had this rally alert buy signal way back here on March 31st. You got all this significant upside production. Now you got a crash alert coming in. So I do believe that the trend line support around the 2650 mark will be the initial target, followed by the bottom of the Kumo cloud. Please note that you got a very wide trading range coming up here, folks. This is a very wide Kumo cloud. All right, quite significant. It's like a $3, $3.50 range. So there's a lot for silver to just trade sideways off of. So be warned on that one. Next is the Dow futures. All right, so Dow futures right now, as you can see, you had this rally alert. You got that upside production, and the bulls are still maintaining control right now. Even though you were in the official corrective zone within the bullish zone. So that means you have a short-term top. Market's trying to get that back and re-lock in and start trending again. We'll see if the bulls can make that happen, or the bear is going to be too much. We should see. But I think this bullish pointer right here should be able to be taken out. That's 35,000. Right now, 35,000 is acting as a strong resistance at the moment. Next up, we got the QQQ, which is the E-mini NASDAQ 100's ETF tracking. Here's your rally alert buy signal. Here's the upside production. The bulls are trying to hang in there, but that overhead trend line resistance is a real resistance point for the QQQ. So as the NASDAQ futures go, there goes your QQQ. You do got this gap down here that needs to be settled. So I think downside is in play for the NASDAQ 100. What about bonds? What bonds looking like? Here's your TLT. You can see that that new leg that I was telling you about way back in, it came in, had that technical bounce, couldn't overcome the overhead trend line resistance, tested again, couldn't do it, and then collapsed. Then you got this rally alert buy signal back here on May 13th, and the market's been, somewhat staying above that. But this Kumo cloud is proven to be a tough one. Overhead resistance proven to be quite challenging as well. And you are in a bearish zone. And so I think every rally until that pattern stops is going to be sold heavy by the bears. And that's just how the bonds are playing right now. Next up is the ADA Cardano. And you see we came into today with a crash alert. No downside production yet. Narrow range inside days, which sets up the possibility of that leg down in tonight and into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support right here is the initial target on that one. And last but not least, BNB. You can see here we got the crash alert sell signal from May the 12th, and then here's the downside production. We're pretty much right here at trend line support, which is the initial target. Pay no attention to any gaps on these crypto charts. And this is what we are. So I think right now the market could actually technically bounce from here, or the bears can really start piling in and taking it under. But this support should be a very strong support on BNB, because not only is it trend line support, but then the top of the Kumo cloud is right here. You got a little bit of vacuum space right here. So this should be a really tough support to come through. But if it does, then it should easily, like a hot knife through butter, go to the bottom of the Kumo cloud and then fall right over the cliff. And that would be spelling disaster for the altcoin markets right now. All right, that's all I got time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and go to PulseWaveTrading.com so you too can have yourself a wonderful time putting the edge in your favor. If you're going to be trading cryptos or forex or futures or equities, this is the place you do it. PulseWaveTrading.com. You got to put the algos in your corner if you're going to beat Wall Street's algos. Just the way it is, folks. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.